Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence, specifically highlighting just an explanation of what artificial intelligence exactly is and how it works, and then I'm also discussing the historical fears that people had instilled in them whenever things like the printing press and the calculator first came out, which kind of correlates with how people have an opinion on artificial intelligence now. So, artificial intelligence is a technology that enables computers and machines to stimulate human learning, human comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. So, it kind of just helps, like, if you're wanting to look up, if you're struggling in a class or if you're struggling with a concept, you can look up on an artificial intelligence and it can kind of explain all this stuff. It can help you solve problems and then help you make decisions, and also it has an autonomous factor that kind of helps itself kind of learn what it's doing and teach itself how to change and be better. So applications that offer AI can actually understand and create a response to human interactions in the language that is used. So they're also able to make recommendations to the individuals on the topic asked about. So if you are needing to write about something or you needing to understand a concept more, it will explain it and break it down into very smaller pieces. So there are very many benefits of artificial intelligence. Some benefits include automation of repetitive tasks. So if you're needed to do something over and over that would be very tedious to do, you can put it into an artificial intelligence generator such as maybe ChatGPT, and it'll do those tasks for you. It can also aid it in decision making, so it can weigh out the pros and the cons of every decision you are wanting to make if you want it to, and it can kind of tell you which decision is better. So then it can also help with fewer errors made by humans, since the machine will be doing all this for you. It's also available 24/7. One downside is kind of with the 24/7 is some artificial intelligence programs like ChatGPT do have a limit on how much you can use them, so sometimes they're not available 24/7, but it takes, I'm sure, I've never reached a limit on looking on an artificial intelligence, but I don't know how much it would take. So then they also can have faster insight collected from data because it's almost instantaneous, that it gives you what you need, and it also has reduced physical risks. So my personal favorite use of AI is to ask the platform ChatGPT to simplify a concept that I'm struggling to understand, and it gives you a very broken down sense of what you're wanting to research. So AI comes in three different types: narrow AI, general AI, and super intelligent AI. So narrow AI is called weak AI. This defines AI systems to perform either one specific task, a set of tasks, or just just one thing at a time that's not very developed as much as at the others. So some examples of this one would possibly be like the Amazon's version of Alexa, where you ask it a question and it just does one simple thing. It can't necessarily do a ton of things at once. Or like the Siri effect on Apple, or a social media chatbot, like if there's a website that you're on and you're wanting to ask it a question, would be a version of the narrow, or the voices that are on in the Tesla vehicles. So general AI possesses the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge through varying tasks that surpass human intelligence. This level of AI is currently just hypothetical and theoretical and does not quite yet exist. General intelligence might not even be possible. Researchers still aren't sure, and even if it would be, there was a major upgrade that is needed in the computer service and how the power works. So some examples of general AI would include self-driving cars, advanced chatbots, and robots that are capable of comprehending the multiple situations. So some characteristics of general AI would be its versatility, its reasoning, and it also would have common sense and its ability to learn and be autonomous and be able to figure these things out for itself. So the third and final, the super intelligent AI, is also theoretical, and it is a feature of AI that surpasses human intelligence in every single aspect. It would have the ability to surpass humans in creativity, problem solving, and decision making, and also be able to have that human-like language. So super intelligent AI would also have the ability to improve itself. Examples of super intelligent AI would include personal assistants, recommendation engines, and game playing AI like playing chess. There have been many fears throughout the years about higher technology before AI even came along. For example, the printed press and the calculators instilled a lot of fear in a lot of different people, and teachers especially. So the fear was for the printed press, the fear was taking the listening aspect out of learning. So Dewar wrote, he was always emphasized that the printed press removed the lecture as the instructional focal point and centered the learning process on the student reader. So it arose the question if a teacher would even be necessary, with students being able to retain all information from reading. But a lecturer said that at the time pointed out that the fact that both are necessary because, quote, lectures may say precisely those things which do not exist in any book and the other way around. So they're saying that while it is important for a teacher to be able to speak to them, it's also important to have those readings for the reader to be able to pick a learning strategy. So they settled on the fact that they would not completely remove the teacher, but that the teacher would incorporate the resources in the book. So the incorporation of the calculator in school also includes an adaptation in teaching styles. While it wasn't as drastic as completely being able to read everything the teacher is saying now, it is still also the calculator was still a very needed change. So teachers were worried about the disconnect between learning and the calculators. The use of calculators make teachers believe that the students are actually leaning away from learning the skill and just being able to use the calculator to be able to do it for them. Technological advances were seen as potentially taking away from some social relationships with the calculator and were replaced with the mathematical objects such as cashiers being able to count back change with a machine being able to do that for them. So both the calculator and printed press installed fear in people that instructors would be replaced, but instead the method of teaching was just forced to adapt into a better teaching style. So the use of artificial intelligence in teaching is similar to this, with being a huge benefit to teachers with the resources that students have and can access. Artificial intelligence shows a promising future in knowledge and communication. Teaching will continue to change, hopefully only positively. And then my question is, how long do you think it will take for AI to be normalized in all classrooms and for it to be seen as a positive resource instead of as a negative by some teachers? Thank you.